it is Roger with igadgetgeek, and I have another review. This time it is the brand new AT&T HTC One X. It is a brand new 4G LTE phone from AT&T. Now this is going to be my first video of 3. The first video will be talking mainly about the One X. The second video I will get into the Beat software and some accessories like the Beatbox and such. The third video I have a few cases that I will be reviewing, and I also have a giveaway that will be tied into the third video. Now let's go ahead and take a look here at the packaging. It's pretty straightforward AT&T box. Of course, it gives you a lot of information on the back. So I've already opened this and used it, so this isn't really going to be an unboxing, but I just want to kind of show you what all you do get in the box. Of course, you get a SIM removal tool. Since this does use the new micro SIM, it actually gives you the little tool to remove that, and we'll get to that in a minute. Now it does come with a nice white sync and charge cable for the white version that I have, and there is your power brick, and it is also white. Now with this you get some stickers that actually contain your IMEI number so that you can put this on the phone if you send it in for warranty. Since there is no removable battery, there's not really an easy place for them to put the IMEI. Of course, then you get all your other paperwork, some warranty information, some quick start guides, and all that good information. So let's go ahead and set this box out of the way, and we'll go ahead and dive right into this One X. So let's go ahead and start here with a look around at the hardware. As you can see, I did receive the white version, and it does have this really nice kind of chrome finished HTC logo on the back. And then of course you have your contact points here that is going to be incorporated into a charging dock, multimedia dock, things like that. And then of course you have your rear speaker down here with the Beats audio logo. On the very top here you have your 8 megapixel camera with flash, and they've actually raised this lens up a bit, which may be a concern for scratching and such if you don't like to use a case. But by them raising it up like that, it actually helps to prevent any kind of flash over or washout effect from that flash. Now here on the left hand side you have your sync and charge port. On the very bottom there is nothing except for the little pinhole mic. Now on the other side there is your volume up and down rocker. On the very top you have your sleep wake button, your secondary mic, and then kind of around on the back side there is the 3.5mm headphone jack, and there is your door to access your SIM card. Now this is a nice soft touch finish. It's a unibody polycarbonate structure, and it's really kind of neat. I don't know if it'll show up on video, but the actual body itself has a bit of a curve to it, and I'll see if I can't capture this on camera for you so you guys can really kind of get an idea. It kind of has a bit of a curve to it, and then the glass here sits on the front. Now this does have a 4.7-inch screen that is at 720 pixel resolution, and it is coated in Gorilla Glass, so that will help protect it from scratches or anything like that. At the bottom you have your 3 capacitive buttons. Now this does run Android 4.0 and HTC Sense 4.0 or HTC Sense 4. It's going to be their first phone that comes to the market from HTC with both of those pre-installed. Now it does have a status indicator or a notification LED, and it's actually embedded into this little microphone cutout. When you get a notification or anything like that, the little LED will flash green. While charging, that LED is red. Once you've reached fully charged, it does turn green. Alright, let's go ahead and unlock it, and we'll take a look here at the lock screen itself. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to go ahead and reposition my camera to get a close-up view of the software. Alright, now I've repositioned my camera to get a close-up view of the software. As you can see, here's our lock screen with the clock in the center. To unlock it, you bring the ring up to the center or anywhere and let go, and it unlocks the phone. Now also you can access any one of these shortcuts just by touching them and dragging them into the center. Now that allows you to access your phone, your camera, your text messages, or anything like that. You just pull it into the ring, and boom, you can go straight into your text messages, your camera, any one of those 4 apps. Now those 4 apps represent the 4 apps in the app dock right here. So whatever 4 apps you put down here in whatever order is the apps that you will receive in your lock screen. Now with this being Android 4.0, you do get the added benefit of having the folders. And to create a folder, all you do is take two widgets or two application shortcuts, drag them over them, and you've created a folder. You can open that folder, rename that folder, add more apps to that folder by touching the plus, and you can come through here. Any application that you click a check mark on and add, it will add those four to the folder. Now to remove a widget from a folder, you just grab it and pull it outside of the folder, and then you are able to remove that application from that folder that you just created. It's a pretty easy process. I really like the integration of these folders within Android 4.0. They've done a very good job. If you want to remove an application shortcut from your home screen, you just press and hold it, drag it up here to the remove, and you're able to remove that application from your home screen. Now they've really done a very good job of integration with these folders and allowing you to customize that home screen and make use of your real estate without having to have a whole bunch of home screens. You can still have a lot of applications. So you can see I have one there that's social, and it's got a bunch of my social applications, and there's the store that has a bunch of different applications. So you can rename it with no problem. Of course, you have your calendar, and you have some pre-installed widgets from HTC that we've come to see and know. As you can see, there is my calendar widget. You have a task manager. And we'll go ahead and open that task manager. As you can see, it tells you what applications are running, how much RAM you've used, and how much you have available. And you can free that by closing out all those applications. You hit refresh, and it'll give you an idea of how much RAM you've actually freed up. As you can see, now we're sitting here with about 256 megabytes of free RAM. So let's go ahead and take a look here at the settings. And we'll go in here to storage. Now the only negative thing that I can say about this phone, well actually there's two things I could say. And these are my personal opinions. These may not affect every user, but for me, it's a negative on the phone, and I wish they hadn't have done it. Now, the international version has 32 gigs of storage with 25 accessible to the end user. The AT&T version only has 16 gigs with only with up to 10 gigs available is what they say. On this particular unit, I have 9.93 gigabytes available for expandable storage. Now I have 2.2 gigs available for my apps. Now for me, not having expandable storage or a removable battery is a negative for this phone. It may not be for everybody, but that's my personal opinion. It's still a great phone, and I really have enjoyed using it, and it is by far probably my favorite Android phone on AT&T at this point. But I really wish they had included the larger storage. While shooting HD videos that this 8 megapixel camera can shoot 1080p at 60 frames a second, when you shoot those videos, they are going to eat up your storage. So if you shoot a lot of pictures and a lot of videos, you're going to eat through that 9 gigabytes of storage pretty quick. But there is a way of augmenting that storage. The simplest way is going to be through an application called Dropbox. Now you can get Dropbox and you can take your photos and everything and store them in the cloud. Now you have different levels of storage available in Dropbox. Now with the HTC One X from AT&T, if you sign into your Dropbox account, you will get added storage for 24 months. You will get an extra 25 gigs of storage for 24 months. So that will help offset that small amount of storage built into the phone. So I'm pretty pleased to see that integration with the Dropbox. And it actually does help to offset that small amount of internal storage. Now there are other applications out there that you can use. There is of course the brand new Google Drive, as you can see here, and there's other applications out there that you could use for a cloud drive style of storage to expand that. Now the only drawback to using applications like Dropbox or Drive is they are going to use your data to upload and download those applications, so be mindful of your increased data use while using those applications. Now of course pre-installed we have a lot of the standard AT&T applications that we've come to see and know and expect. One of the really nice things about this particular phone, and I don't know if it's inherent just to this new version of Sense or if it's going to be on all Android 4.0 devices, but a lot of people root their phone for one reason and one reason only, is to remove all the applications that are pre-installed by AT&T or applications they don't feel that they're going to use or want. Now you can't remove those applications, but one of the really neat things you can do is you can come over here to all of your applications, and you can actually take an application and you can disable that application so it won't run in the background, it won't use your resources. You're not removing it, you're basically just preventing it from operating, which is a nice feature to give the end users a little more control over what applications do run on their phone. And I think it's a great move on AT&T's part and HTC to include that within this phone. So you can come in here like all your AT&T, like the live TV. If you don't want it, you can disable it. If you want to enable it, you just click enable and boom, you can use the application. I really even like the fact that they've left that ability to do that on this phone intact. So let's go ahead and take a look here. We'll go into the software. Sorry, that's the updater. Let's go back and look at the actual software information. Now this is running Android version 4.0.3 and HTC Sense 4.0. And all in all, I've been using this phone for about 5-6 days, and it is probably one of the smoothest running Android phones that I have used in a long time. Now the power on this, it has a dual core 1.5 gigahertz processor with a gig of RAM. Now of course it does have the 16 gigs available storage. We've already gone over that. Now it has the 1.3 forward facing camera, 8 megapixel rear camera that shoots video in 1080p. It is of course running the Android 4.0. And to add widgets and different things, you want to hold the home screen, and then you can go in here to all your widgets, and you can pick a widget. If you, depending what home screen you want to pick it on, you just kind of move it around to whatever home screen you want to place that widget on. And it'll, if you hold it on that home screen, you can zoom in and pick a place for that widget, which I think is, you know, a pretty nice way that they've done the actual where you add widgets and different things. Because you have your widgets, you have your apps, and then you have your shortcuts. So you have all those different things you can do from within that. Now to change the actual wallpaper, live wallpaper, anything like that, you want to open your settings, you want to go to personalize, and there we've seen a lot of those applications that we've seen before from HTC. You have of course your scenes, your skins, your wallpapers, your lock style, and within that lock screen you can actually change between the clock. You have just your wallpaper, you know, you have your all these different things. You've got your friends, your weather, call log, all that really good information there that you can change and adjust your lock screen. Now of course you have your drop down menu, and it does have a shortcut to the settings as well. Now at the very top of the settings you have kind of quick on and off toggles for your airplane mode, your Wi-Fi, your Bluetooth, and your mobile network. Now all in all, I've been using this for, you know, like I said, about 5-6 days. And I have been very, very impressed with the HTC One X. I can't say enough good things about this One X. The construction on it is phenomenal. It is probably one of the most solid feeling Android phones that I have ever used. It really feels like the construction on it is really, they've done a very nice job. And the soft touch finish on the back, it just feels really good. And one of the nice little attention to details that they've done is on the side here, it's actually not the soft touch finish, it's more of a glossy kind of smooth finish. So they've integrated those different materials, finishes within this phone, and it looks really nice. So that's kind of been the first video. Now in the second video we're going to go into the Beats software, and with the Beats software we are going to take a look. Let me go ahead and pan up here. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the Beatbox. As you can see here is, I have the Beatbox, so we're going to pair this HTC up with that Beatbox, and we're going to take a look at that Beats software, how they work well together. On the third video, I do have some accessories to take a look at. I have a few cases here we're going to review, and I'll have a giveaway on that third video. So this has been my first video look at the HTC One X from AT&T. And this has been Roger with iGadgetGeek.